the reaction. We got the new Lakers owners already have a problem. Man, let's do it. I wonder what they talking about. I keep hearing this.
He's outlived multiple now. Different ownership group, different versions of this. Man, he's a cockroach, man. He's outlived multiple now. Different ownership group, different versions of this team. He's a survivor, like you said. He's not going anywhere.
I think Rob Pelinka will not be there running basketball operations.
Why not?
For Los Angeles Lakers. I don't believe that will happen moving forward.
This week, an NBA agent was asked about Rob Pelinka's future with the Los Angeles Lakers, and the answer he gave back was a deadline. The agent said that you assume Rob has 6 months to see how the season goes. Could you think about that?
I do not want to hear that. They said they got Luka everything they need, man. Them niggas said they got. Didn't they say Luka got everything he wanted down there? So it's like, and so now it's gonna be like the GM. Come on, bruh.
You think about that for a second. He has 6 months.
He ain't a good GM, but shit, He got Luka everything he wanted though, right?
Goes. Could you think about that?
He finally locked in when LeBron wasn't there.
Just a week ago, Rob Pelinka was the empowered architect of the Luka Doncic era. Today, there's a shot clock on his job. And the wild part is, Rob Pelinka had a pretty decent summer. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, right? He got everything Luka wanted.
Was it an A+ offseason? In my opinion, no. But I don't think he did anything as egregious as trading Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. But the thing that changed is that his
owner what the hell does Luka want?
Sold the team out from under him. By the end,
shit, funniest thing, that nigga so disrespected, but shit, golly, I mean, the nigga can't stay healthy, bro. Like, you know, but this nigga actually has a ring though. You know, however the nigga feel about it, he's more accomplished than him. So.
But the thing that changed is that his owner sold the team.
But you know they lowered the standard. Luka doesn't have to win, I guess.
One is, who could Rob Pelinka's replacement be? And the one that everybody is screaming on TV makes absolutely no sense at all for multiple reasons. And I'm here to
this
make
nigga has
sure that
won
you
5 rings or even a ring or even a MVP.
Out to the press to get Lakers fans all giddy with excitement is probably not going to happen.
You know?
Then I'm going to bring up the name that nobody is
Luka,
telling you about that could
regular season's enough, huh?
Pelinka, and why that man happens to be close friends with the new
owner. He ain't even the first seed in that though. At least be the first seed or something.
If the Lakers were sold a little sooner, would LeBron James?
He's never been the first seed.
The Los Angeles Lakers are a complete catastrophe right now. I'm gonna break down all this. You guys know I'm a die-hard Laker fan, so this is gonna come from my heart and soul. Before we get to the content, I just want to give a brief shout out to one of my latest videos on Flight Mike TV. Guys, to check it out after this. And now that we get all that out of the way, to the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So I want you to know that this did not come from some aggregator account. This didn't come from NBA Central or NBA Centel. This didn't come from a podcast. This didn't come from NBA Central or NBA Centel. This didn't come from a podcast. This came straight from the mouth of Dave McMenamin, husband of Malika Andrews. McMenamin talked to executives and agents all over the league after the sale, and the picture they paint is a man on a wire. Under Mark Walter, Rob Pelinka was quote-unquote empowered to run the front office. Mark Walter met him, evaluated him, and kept him. You have to understand how scary it is for a head coach and a general manager anytime a team gets sold. A new ownership group might come in, they might have a new vision of how the team is supposed to be run, and when Mark Walter was originally hired, fans were thinking, okay, Mark Walter came in and ran the Dodgers completely differently. Fired the manager, fired the general manager, put in his own guys. Next thing you know, the Dodgers are deferring salary, winning World Series, and pretty much scooping every single good free agent and player that's available for trade, creating the Avengers of baseball. So fans were speculating that Mark Walter was going to do the same thing with the Los Angeles Lakers, but he didn't. Mark Walter met Rob Pelinka, evaluated him, and decided to keep him. Josh Kushner and Bob Iger have never worked a single day with Rob Pelinka, and one longtime executive told ESPN the first thing he'd want an answer to is questions that all center around the bust/Pelinka rule. roles moving forward. The whole league is asking about 2 chairs, but the 2 chairs are bolted together. One agent told ESPN, as long as Genie is in a good position, I think Rob is in a good position. So this brings us to one question. Exactly how good is Genie Bus's position right now? Bob Iger answered that himself in an interview with the California Post, and I need you to listen to both halves of this sentence. Iger says that we have every intention to honor the agreement that was made between Mark and Genie. That's the first half, but here's the second half. If things change, they'll change. Okay, if things change, they'll change. That's the sentence that Rob Pelinka's career is chained to right now. His job security depends on Genie's job security, and Genie's job security depends on a sentence with a trap door built into it. And that second agent, the one from the top of the video, his full quote was,
This nigga didn't even play the playoffs last year. You know? I'm not very stunned what he's saying, because, bro, I'm sick of you niggas, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
And that second agent, the one from the top of the video,
I really don't even want to talk about nothing but basketball,
I am
though.
curious to see how it goes the next 6 months.
Like, why not knock this video out? But, bro, this nigga didn't even play. Could you imagine if that was AD, bro? You know? He so-called got hurt when he finally played OKC. You know?
The California Post.
Now you hurt.
Listen to both halves of this sentence. Iger says that
now Austin Reeves hurt.
To honor the agreement that was made between Mark and Genie. That's the first half. Here's the second half. If things change, job security depends on a sentence.
But shit, it ain't nothing though. Nigga can sit out. That's cool. LeBron James is 30 years younger than this nigga. I mean, older than this man. But he's hurt.
Assume Rob has 6 months to see how the season goes. So the season starts in October. Do the math on that clock. From October to April. Now let's take a step back. Of course, we're speculating about a new ownership group coming in and potentially putting in his own guys, but does Rob Pelinka even deserve to be fired? As a Los Angeles Laker fan, let me do a deep dive into this situation. Let me make the case for Rob, because it's stronger than Laker fans want to admit. First, the man signed a multi-year extension in 2025, and how could you not sign this man to a multi-year extension in 2025 after he pulled off the greatest heist in NBA history? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a heist like this since the Boston Celtics.
He didn't even win. He hadn't even got out of the first round, my guy.
Pierce and Jason Terry in their twilight, so they could rebuild around Jalen and Jason before, breaking up Jalen and Jason this past summer. Hell, I don't think I've ever seen a more one-sided trade in Los Angeles Lakers history since the Pau Gasol trade, which at the time was one-sided.
I can't tell. It was so one-sided. I can't tell. In a regular season. But only reason you can even say that is because that season that happened was the most injury-riddled season probably of the Mavericks ever. Everybody got hurt that year. You know? The first game, we beat a team that we couldn't beat before that trade. That year, we could not beat the Rockets. They was emerging, like they was, And all of a sudden, we got somebody that can guard Sengun, because Gafford couldn't do it, and I think D-Live was hurt. Yeah. Maybe D-Live could guard Sengun. But I think he was hurt or whatever. Right? So, yeah. But I don't even know if D-Live, I don't think he was locking him up like that. I don't know. But, the first game, it showed what it could be. And, that nigga made that shit to win that year. Shit, it just backfired.
I don't think I.
Shit, it ain't like but talk about how injury prone this man is though. Like he was hurt that year. It was 2 injured niggas getting traded for each other, and then this nigga just got hurt. This year? Like damn, how much? When is he gonna be? When is he gonna get the same treatment? He's not winning. He's getting hurt. Like, damn.
Jalen and Jason before, breaking up Jalen.
The only thing you can say is the regular season. Okay, cool. It's better for y'all in the regular season. I mean, they cheat for the Lakers every year. But okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a more one-sided trade in Los Angeles Lakers history since the Pau Gasol trade.
Nigga, Austin Reeves was averaging. How many free throws was he averaging when Luka was averaging 10, 11, leading the league? He probably had like 8, 9 free throws a game. Like him and Luka were top 3 in free throws at one point last year. When does that ever happen?
Since the Pau Gasol trade, which at the time was one-sided, but obviously.
And then when there's no cheating, Sweep, 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 sweep.
Once
Danner
Brock
could have
was
lost to the
all over the
Rockets,
ended
but
up turning out to be a really solid player for the
that nigga
Memphis
KD, I don't know
Grizzlies.
what he had
Rob
going
Pelinka's
on.
achievements aside, you have to understand, firing this guy costs real money, and billionaires, especially billionaires that are hands off, notice.
I'm
real
like, what the
money.
hell
The
is
second
Luka
thing is that
done?
banner. Rob Pelinka
Let
is
them
the
tell
general
it,
manager
boy.
who delivered
Shit.
the 2020
Deion
championship
Waiters?
that totally counts. This is the only banner this franchise has hung since the Kobe Bryant era. You can
Are you gonna talk about how Anthony Davis was on that team? Like, what are we talking about?
The general manager who delivered the 2020 championship that totally counts. This is the only banner this franchise has hung since the Kobe Bryant era. You can say whatever you want about the man. That ring
Exactly.
is real and it's his. Third
Is this not the same nigga they traded for?
Mark Walter gave him a vote of confidence heading into the offseason, and Rob delivered everything
what
that
the
was
hell?
asked. He re-signed Austin Reeves to a massive extension. Yes, he did get bullied into paying Austin Reeves about $20 million more than he would have initially wanted to. He turned around and executed a sign and trade for Walker Kessler when there were no ideal pick and roll candidates available for Luka Doncic on the market. Remember, going into this offseason, we were speculating that the Lakers were going to have to settle for Robert Williams and hope that he would stay healthy throughout the season. Instead, the Los Angeles Lakers gave up a significant amount of draft control, and they were able to get Walker Kessler on the roster. They added Quentin Grimes and Sandro Mamakilashvili. So this is a legitimate starting center for Luka to throw lobs to, plus real depth on relatively good contracts. And he threaded all of it while dancing right up against the hard cap, which under this CBA is basically performing surgery in oven mitts. You gotta give credit where credit's due. The Lakers were in a very tough situation. Was it as good as the Sixers offseason? Well, no. Are all the contracts incredible? Not necessarily. But does this team have a direction, and does the direction make sense? Absolutely. Finally, you gotta admit, Rob Pelinka is incredible at hanging around. I mean, this is a guy who got hired in 2017, just being known for being Kobe Bean Bryant's agent with zero front office experience. He outlasted Magic Johnson, quitting on the franchise in an impromptu press conference, which is very famous at this point for this clip.
About next year,
them niggas really ran him out of there. He ain't just doing this for no reason.
The man outlasted the Russell Westbrook disaster. Whether it was LeBron James's fault or his fault for doing that is up for debate in the comment section. He even outlasted the Buss family selling the team, and now he's outlasted Mark Walter, the owner who is supposed to be evaluating him. Rob Pelinka surviving regime change is genuinely his superpower, but here's the difference this time. Every owner he's ever survived had a relationship with him. Kushner and Iger have a spreadsheet. Alright, so let's say the Los Angeles Lakers want to go and get the big splashy general manager. They want to move away from Rob Pelinka. Who's the top name that's being currently floated out? Well, could you guess?
I think Rob Pelinka will not be there running basketball operations for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, Bob Myers gets on the scene making basketball decisions, and in a month he had Jaylen Brown and LeBron James on the squad. If there is a way to
he was on the their whatever in their front office last year though, right? Bob Myers.
A month he had Jaylen Brown and LeBron James on the squad. If there is a way to get that man, I think you go get him.
Bob Myers, 4 rings, the architect of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. And look, I get the instinct. If you're rebooting the most famous franchise in basketball, you're gonna call the guy who built the last dynasty. Here's the problem, and I need everybody to hear this clearly. There is zero reporting that the Lakers are targeting Bob Myers. There's none. Nothing from Shams, nothing from Mark Stein, nothing from Malika Andrews' husband. The man literally wrote the story on the Lakers front office this week. A television take got screenshotted, aggregated, and reposted until everyone just started assuming it was fact. And you guys know, I will always bring the rumor to the table and address it. I'm never gonna pass it off as fact unless if one of the big dogs are calling it a fact. But let's just assume this rumor is true. Let's take a look at who Bob Myers actually is in August of 2026. For those of you guys that might have amnesia, Bob Myers is the president of sports for Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. This is the company that owns the Philadelphia 76ers. When the Sixers moved on from Daryl Morey in May, Myers personally ran their basketball operations in the interim, led the search, and hired Mike Gansey as their new president of basketball operations. And on July 8th, he went on Rich Paul's own podcast, sat right next to LeBron James's agent, and recruited LeBron to Philadelphia.
If he was here, I'd say I honestly believe this is your best chance to win. If it's about winning, you can win here.
Weeks later, LeBron James leaves the Lakers to join the Sixers, so follow the ball here. Stephen A. Smith wants the Lakers to hand basketball operations congratulations to a man who is currently a top executive for a conference rival. A man who spent his July helping recruit the biggest name in basketball away from the Lakers' orbit and into the Philadelphia 76ers. The Lakers can't get him with a phone call. They need HBSE's permission just to talk to him. Guys, this is just a fantasy scenario. But let's play the fantasy out anyway. Because in my opinion, the second question that I'm about to ask you is way better than the first question I asked you. Even if the Lakers could get Bob Myers, would 2026 Bob Myers actually work? I've seen this happen so many times, particularly in the NFL.
Bro, why the hell would he leave that? What?
From the New England Patriots.
Why would he wanted
Myers.
LeBron?
So
What?
far, it's kind of like a mixed bag. John Gruden has been available.
What the hell? You built your...
The Raiders go out.
Yeah, that's a championship team, right?
Catastrophe
Just to leave it?
Just because you've had success once doesn't mean that you could repeat that magic again. I mean, there have been exceptions to the rule. The Lakers had Phil Jackson in the early 2000s. He took a brief hiatus, came back to coach the Lakers in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, and they won 2 more championships. Let me give Bob Myers some grace here. The rings are real. He found Draymond Green at pick 35. He pulled off the Andre Iguodala sign and trade in 2013 when nobody thought Golden State was a destination. He signed Sean Livingston off a career-threatening injury and turned him into a champion. And in 2016, he closed the Kevin Durant deal, the biggest free agency coup of the century. 2 Executive of the Year trophies, 4 titles. That half of the resume is untouchable. One of the greatest executives in NBA history. But now the other half. In 2020, holding the number 2 overall pick, Myers took James Wiseman. LaMelo Ball went 1 pick later.
Nigga, that
Tyrese
was
Halliburton
him?
went 12th. In 2021, he spent the 7th pick on Jonathan Kuminga, and that situation turned into a multi-year saga.
Well, that's
In
because of the
2022,
coach,
he
though.
handed Jordan Poole a 4-year, $128 million extension, which I guess could have aged well if Draymond Green didn't decide to punch the talent out of Jordan Poole. Now, to be fair to the guy, the 2022 title came after the Wiseman and Kuminga pick, so the machine kept winning even when the drafting slipped. But the bill for that
Damn, they could have been even better?
and Kuminga pick. So the machine kept winning even when the drafting
That nigga
slipped.
Kaminga got a ring?
That
I just
machine
thought
came
about
due,
that.
and
He
in
really
June
do, damn.
2023, Bob Myers walked away. On his way out, he said the job demands complete engagement, and he could no longer give it that. That was his stated reason, and it stays his stated reason. Now, pull the timing next to it. The second apron arrived
That's
that
exactly
exact
what fucked
same
up
summer,
that team,
and it was
though.
designed almost surgically to kill the exact model that Bob Myers ran in Golden State, which was outspending the entire planet and paying the tax like it was
Him
a party
leaving, it
ticket.
seemed
So
like-
here's the real question with Myers.
That's
Is
what
the
happened.
thing that
That's what
made
happened
him
to the
great
Warriors,
even
bro.
legal anymore? Meanwhile, the guy currently in the chair just navigated a hard cap offseason in his sleep. The skill the Lakers need in 2026 might look less like a dynasty architect and more like a great tax attorney. You need moves like the move that Sam Presti just did to the Denver Nuggets to pretty much force them to trade one of their best players. If you didn't catch that, I'll leave it in the end screen so you can check it out, because what he did was diabolical. Meanwhile, the name with actual reporting behind it barely trended.
There's a couple names you should pay attention to.
Okay.
Chris Paul, very close friend of Bob Iger's. He's sort of a mentor to Chris Paul. Chris recently retired. He's available. Incredible basketball mind. I don't know what that means for him, but I expect they'll be talking.
Chris Paul. And before anybody scoffs at the idea of a rookie executive, remember who we're talking about. 12 All-Star teams, the point guard, and for 8 years, he ran the Players Union as its president, which means this man has spent his adult life negotiating with owners, lawyers, and the league office across the table. A front office is a natural next chapter, and everybody in the league
I mean,
has known
it just
for years.
seems
This one
normal
also has legs beyond
for
one
me.
TV hit, because McManaman reported that multiple sources
It just
identified Chris
fits.
Paul as someone to keep an eye on for a potential role under the new ownership. Freshly retired, one of the smartest basketball brains alive, tied with JJ Redick from their Clippers days, so the head coach connection is already built in. Here's why this all matters for Rob Pelinka. Watch how new owners actually handle a general manager they didn't hire. Day one firings are messy. They make headlines. They spook agents. The quiet move is hiring the mentor's protege into the building. A soft title, special advisor, alternate governor, something harmless. Then the organization chart does the dirty work on its own. And if that playbook sounds familiar, it should. Mark Walter ran a version of it on this exact franchise. He had a quiet minority stake in 2021, 4 years of patience, then he became a majority owner. Power in the NBA rarely kicks the door in. If Chris Paul walks through that door this fall, that 6-month clock starts running downhill. Now here's what I wanted to ask. If the Los Angeles Lakers were sold sooner, would LeBron James have stayed? The man said maybe, but that's tough to answer. Communication could have been better with Iger and Kushner compared to Mark Walter. Just a different relationship, but the basketball piece was the most important, so maybe not from that standpoint. Pay attention to how he said maybe. 23 seasons of LeBron James, the all-time scoring king, 8 years a Laker, and the ending might have came down to which billionaire actually answered his texts. But here's the cruelest mechanical deal in this whole story. The off-season spree that's currently keeping Rob Pelinka employed, the Reeves extension, Kessler, Grimes, Sexton, the hard cap tightrope, all of it happened because LeBron James left and freed up the room. The exact moves protecting Rob's job are the same moves that slammed the door on LeBron ever walking back through it. The money is spent, and for the record, that same source made clear the basketball fit mattered the most, and the Sixers roster was simply better.
Well, no. Hold on. Building anything short of a contender would be a failure for the Lakers. I don't know when that came out. I don't know what they're talking about, but no, bro. You can't. Don't make it on the GM. Don't put it on the GM, bro. They said they was going all out for Luka this offseason. Hell no. Nah. Because at some point, golly, is it going to be this man's fault or not?
That same
y'all are ridiculous, bro. Like,
and the Sixers roster was simply better for a 41-year-old chasing ring number 5. So keep the maybe in perspective. But maybes are exactly the kind of thing that keep executives up at night. And this one is definitely going to be one that Laker fans are going to think about.
Building.
So who actually decides?
Nah, man, that's supposed to be something. It's supposed to be a competitive team at least. You need to get out the first, man, Western Conference Finals. Not first round. Fuck out of here. At least. But that's still a failure. But at least.
Describe how he came to buy the Los Angeles Lakers. Originally, it was suggested to him that Walter might sell. He decided the franchise was iconic and the price was.
I gotta come on now, like.
Together in 3 days. It's that simple.
Put these dudes on this.
$1 billion in 3 days. That is the man.
Why certain people gotta win and certain don't? Like, come on now.
No history with him. No,
it's ridiculous.
Anybody's handshake. A man who makes generational decisions over a long weekend and calls.
It's ridiculous, bro. Like, do you call this man top 5, top 3, top 10 at worst every year? And it's just like, you don't get nothing from it. Like,
hold me to this. Rob Blink is gonna make it to the.
You can't keep doing that. And niggas getting mad when they saying Jalen Brunson is better. Like, what? He won. This nigga was this man's backup. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know he was the backup. Bro, I know that. Yeah. You think Luka seen that and didn't put pressure on him? He did put that. It was reported he put pressure on him. Like, bro. So with that being said, they did what they could do. It's time to hoop, bro. Like, this man already get 10, 20 free throws a game, like, in the regular season. So he had no reason not to finish and make the playoffs. But that's a given. He needs to do something in the playoffs, though. Not, it ain't about the regular season, because they're going to cheat for these niggas every year. So.
Based off of how the Lakers perform. If
I'm just keep it real, shit. I'm not lying. The free throw differential is a real thing. They always got an easy schedule, or it's going to be mediocre. Like, come on, look at their games. It's not the easiest probably in the league, but it's not as tough as the Mavericks, for example. You gave us one of the hardest schedules to start it. But yeah, you see how that go.
How fast he moves. 6 months. The agent says
somehow that's fair.
So tell me in the comment section down below.
You give us all the hardest teams in the league, and then boy, Adam Silver, boy, I don't mean
6 months. The agent says it. The calendar backs it up. So tell me in the comment section down below.
And then he nigga get OD free throws too on top of the easy schedule. Like,
I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Curry don't even get a whistle. Ant don't get a whistle. Kyrie don't get a whistle. Like, man.
Until our next upload.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. I'm out, bro. No cap.